Welcome and thank you for joining us for the UCA Coed Building and Overall Score Sheet Breakdown. The UCA score sheet focuses on crowd leading, spirit raising, athleticism, entertainment, while showcasing a solid, well-executed routine. There are 4 score sheets, but this breakdown will cover the building and overall score sheets. Starting with the building score sheet, stunts are worth 25 points total. Perfection of skill is worth 15 points. Judges will be looking at the technique at the tops, bases, and spotters. They'll also take into account the timing of skills performed and formation during those skills. For difficulty, judges will be awarding 10 points based on the level of skill, intermediate, advanced, elite, or super elite, the use of co-ed skills, the number of stunts performed, the number of bases used. Some teams will only co-ed stunt, while other teams will have co-ed stunting mixed in with group stunting. Just note, skills that are not executed will not count towards a team's difficulty score. Here we have some examples of building skills and where they would be located in a stunt progression based on category. This is based on the stunt progression taught during summer camp and is used by the judges to better rank skills. There are no scores directly associated with any of these skills. How are co-ed teams scored by the judges? For this medium co-ed varsity division, team number 1 will perform 5 toss hands extensions, a basic transition, and then 5 walk-in liberties. After that team is scored, team number 2 performs 5 toss cupies, 5 hand stretches, and 7 walk-in liberties. The judges will need to score team number 2 higher than team number 1 in the difficulty category. When team number 3 arrives and performs 5 toss stretches, a basic transition, and 5 walk-in extension, back to hand up to cupie, we'll need to know that team number 2 is still scored higher in difficulty than team number 3, not only for the number of stunts, but also the difficulty of those skills performed. The second category for our building judge will be our pyramid section, worth 15 points. Looking at the pyramids, they'll be looking for perfection of skill, similar to that in stunts. They'll be watching for proper technique of the top, base, and spot. They'll also be watching for synchronization and spacing, timing of the skills performed, formation during all skills performed, and the stunt and pyramid connections. When discussing difficulty, they'll have the same concept of the level of skill, based on load-in, release moves, origin, and landings. We'll also be looking at the number of stunts performed and the number of bases used, maxing out stunt groups and even incorporating single base skills. Here are some examples of pyramid skills. Notice the progressions include releases, spinning, origins, and landings. Once again, this is the progressions as taught at summer camp. This is just a tool judges can use to better rank skills in progression order. The last category for our building judge will be the overall impression. They'll have 5 points to reward teams for skill creativity, including wow factors and stunt and pyramid variations. They'll also be rewarding for use of formations and transitions, including the ins and outs, inversions, release moves, and twisting. This will include the transition between structures and how fast, clean, and effortless they are. This is also a good place to reward teams for the flow from the beginning to the end of the routine. For our co-ed divisions, they'll also include the use of co-ed skills throughout the routine. We're looking for teams to display true co-ed skills within stunts and pyramids. Our next set of judges will be scoring the overall score sheet. Their first category will be standing and running group tumbling. These are grouped together and execution is worth 5 points. Judges will be looking for proper technique, form, and synchronization, including arms, legs, entry, and landing. Also the timing of the skill as a team. For difficulty, they'll have 5 points as well. They'll be scoring skills performed in groups. Judges will think what is the most elite pass performed by a large group. They'll give additional credit for highlighted additional elite group passes. They'll also be looking at the number of athletes participating in the group pass. Our overall judges will also be scoring the jumps and dance section. For our co-ed teams, they are both not required, but teams will be evaluated on what is performed. For motions and dance, we're looking for good technique, sharp motions, placement for arms, wrists, elbows, timing, spacing including formations and transitions, the use of levels, overall choreography, and visual appeal. If a team is performing jumps, we'll be looking at the proper technique, which includes a good demonstration, control of the skill, placement of chest, arms, and legs, the height and synchronization including level of jump by the team, timing of the jumps performed, and the approach and landing. The final category for our overall judges will be the overall impression. This is where they can reward teams for their routine creativity, including wow factors, use of floor throughout the routine, and the variety of skills. They're also going to be looking for that seamless flow from the beginning to the end, the use of floor and variety of formations, creative transitions including fast, clean, and effortless. They also will be judging teams on the energy from beginning to end of the routine. This concludes the Coed Division building and overall score sheet breakdown. We look forward to seeing you and your team at a UCA competition. If you have any questions, please email them to ucascoring@varsity.com.